Hello again and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel. I'm your host Prince Magnum and Princess Faye is operating the camera as usual. Okay, we're looking at the underneath the Project Spirit of her hood. And some of you might be saying, Prince Magnum, what do you do if you have a mishap with your project? What do you do? What happens if something bad happens to your project and if at all possible, fix it. Okay? If I can get my lovely wife to pan right there, that's exactly what we had. The battery slipped. We hadn't put in the hold down yet, or a battery box of some sort, slid forward and nailed right into the alternator and opened up this side of the battery. Okay, now these things happen. Okay, it can happen, things like that can just happen. And you can see some of the mess that it's made underneath the hood. Okay. And it's even got up in here on the engine and everything. You can see some of the corrosion now. So basically what I get to do is I begin to get cleaning on this and see what the extent of the damage is. Now obviously we're going to have to replace the battery, which amazingly enough she still starts and runs even with a hole in the side of the battery, but we just can't leave that like that because it'll tear up other parts. But you can see where it got up in here and things like that. Okay, life hack alert, folks. Get yourself a can of carburetor cleaner. Do not spray it directly on in this case because, well, that was a bad idea. Please wear gloves when you're working with battery, possible battery acid. This battery acid is very strong stuff. It'll eat the skin off a Tyrannosaurus Rex. That's what killed the dinosaurs. Battery acid, brought here by aliens. My wife's kind of like, okay, I didn't really think he was going to use that one. Shoot, we're going to have to touch up the air filter lid, which it doesn't look like it got up on top and hurt the paintwork there. And we were going to redo the valve cover anyway, so it's okay there. We're going to redo that lid. It doesn't look too terribly bad there. Hoses are okay, it looks like. Yeah, that's cleaning up nice. But take a little bit of carburetor cleaner. Carburetor cleaner is actually really good stuff. If you got a greasy part or anything with a little bit of corrosion or whatever, you can actually knock a lot of that off with carburetor cleaner. As a matter of fact, there's even been times in my past that I have used carburetor cleaner to clean heavy greased parts. I've done it on here too, here with Project Spirit. Carburetor cleaner is amazing stuff because with regular engine degreaser, you have to wash it off. Otherwise, it just messes things up. Well, what happens with that, with carburetor cleaner, is it evaporates. And see, there you go. Now, I mean, it's not going to look perfect, but it'll get it nice and clean. And in this case, if I want to keep it, show finish, I may actually have to take that part off and paint it. Which, that's okay, that happens. But the important thing is that it doesn't look like it tore up any vital parts over here, which that's fine by me. So, right now this is just assessing anything else. It looks like it really tore up the inner, well, we were going to redo it anyways. But, yep. So, this is just one of those things. Accidents happen on projects. And this is the first time I've ever had something like this happen, a battery kind of open up like this. I've never had this happen before. So, first time for everything, right, folks? But you'll have things happen with your projects from time to time. And you'll be sitting there going, oh, shoot, I never expected that to happen. You okay, babe? Mm-hmm. All right. And you just clean it up. There, see? It's not so bad. Not as bad as I thought it would be. As any hot rodder who has a mishap with their project will say, it'll buff out. And, it's just one of them things. One of them things, You'll see this stuff happen from time to time. And it looks like I'll just have to touch up on the air filter here. And may have to, well, I was going to replace this hose anyways. I wasn't happy with it. This piece isn't working out anyways either. It just keep blowing oil everywhere. So we'll be replacing this anyhow. Because, yeah, it just blows oil everywhere. That just didn't work out. I got this Spectre and it just keeps making a mess. But it looks like because it took a little bit, the chrome is going to possibly corrode too. Nothing I can do about that. So, one of them things. And they used to make really good ones, but it doesn't look like they got the seam done up right on it, so it just keeps blowing oil everywhere. See there? It even got a little bit of the corrosion under there. Yeah, this part's just not going to work out now, which that happens. You know, that happens. Sometimes you get a part and you're like, man, maybe I made a mistake on that part. Thankfully, it was a cheap part, so I can just throw it away with no fuss, no muss, and not care. Okay, well, it's a lot better than I thought it would be. A lot better than I thought it would be. And that's just sometimes what you do. You deal with things like that. No big deal. You just rebuild, fix the problem, get in there. Don't whine about it. I mean, it's still going to suck that you have to do it. I know I'm not happy about it, but one of them things, you know, get out there, work on your, you know, you get it all cleaned up and everything. Yep, blew some of that up there. I'm going to have to repaint that part, which that happens. That happens. It just means I'm going to have to get out there and work on it. Just like I tell all of you. Yeah, it even see what it did right there? Chewed that piece up. I'm going to have to redo that all. I'm going to have to get a whole new cap. Thankfully, that's a cheap part. Just one of them things. So, it's no big deal. Looks like a new battery. New PCV filter, which you said you had.
Yeah.
Okay. You picked that part up for me.
Yes, I did.
So we'll replace that, touch all this up. We'll be back in business, and Project Spirit, she'll never even notice that anything happened to her. So that brings us to the end of this. You got to see a cool life hack, which eventually, since, I mean, I guess some of you misunderstood, I said subscribe to the channel, and most of you just kept watching the life hack video like a gazillion times. I think it's mostly the young people. Their hearing hasn't developed. It happens, which is okay. We'll still go ahead and do life hacks anyways. So up and coming for more for budget hot, instead of just doing budget hot rodding, we're going to show you cool life hacks that you can do to your project, or any vehicle for that matter, that basically the item was not really meant for what we're going to use it for. But promise you, it'll be cool as heck, because it could save you a lot of money. All right? That brings us to the end of this video of do-it-yourself budget hot rodding. Like if you would. Subscribe if you would. And the final thoughts, get out there and work on a project. And above all, if nobody has told you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24th. Thank you.